Hello, everyone. This is session 2 of the ASAN 2023 podcast. This week, we have 3 guests along with 5Church. We have Black Lightning, MediumRareSteaks, and Breggz. So this week's going to be a little bit different. We are going to be talking a little bit more about the streamers that are going to be involved in the event this time. So I'm going to go ahead and undeafen, and we're going to introduce everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight, guys. We got a really good group here.
He's undeafening.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Hello. What's good?
Yo.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Fantastic.
Great.
Thanks.
We're living.
Doing it well.
So, Church, since we're all here again, why don't you give us a brief understanding of what this event is, what the charity is about, and then we'll get started asking these guys some questions.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to have these 3 involved in the week 2 of the podcast. I think they have a bunch of stuff to tell you about, but the ASAN, or the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, seeks to advance the principles of disability rights movement with regard to autism. So ASAN believes that the goal of autism advocacy should be in a world which autistic people enjoy equal access, rights, and opportunity. They work to empower autistic people throughout the world to control their own lives in the future with the common community and seek to organize the autistic community to ensure that their voices are heard in the national conversation, which is about them. Their motto is, "Nothing without us is without us." The Autistic Self-Advocacy Network is a 501c3 nonprofit organization run by and for autistic people. ASAN is a national grassroots disabilities right organization for the autistic community, and they fight for disability rights. They work to make sure that autistic people are included in the policy making so that laws and policies meet the community's needs with regards to autism. They also work to support all forms of self-advocacy and change the way people actually think about autism. Their members and supporters include autistic adults, youth, cross-disability advocates, and non-autistic family members, professionals, educators, and friends, and us, which we're here today to talk about.
All right. So, last year you guys raised about $5,700, and you had a group of, I want to say, 12 streamers come together. And this year you have even more. Myself, Breggz, and Lightning are new to the event, and Steaks is returning. So, I'm just going to go left to right in the call, so I'll start with Breggz. Tell us a little bit about your channel and what kind of games you play.
Well, the first thing you're gonna notice is that it's purple, because purple's awesome. I play a lot of FPS games. I've been kind of trying to branch out and play more like horror or adventure or like solo type games, but unfortunately still I am first and foremost an FPS player. Yeah, but we just like to vibe out and have a good time, hang out.
Yeah, I noticed that you guys, you and Lightning have been doing a little bit of Minecraft Mondays. Who all has been involved in that?
Let's see. For sure we've got me, Lightning. Spilchy's usually there.
Spilchy is one of the
Trin
mods.
is there. Butters makes her way in there.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
And then we got a few random ones that kind of jump in
Here
this
and there.
week or the other week. It's kind of back and forth.
Right on.
But it's definitely grown.
Yeah, for sure. Every time I am like wrapping up a stream on Mondays, I'm like, okay, who's streaming Minecraft? Because I know one of you is for sure. I try to at least hop in for a little bit in one of your guys' streams. Lightning, why don't you tell me a little bit about your channel as well? What do you like to play?
My channel, I like to play FPS games as well. At one point, I was big into COD, but now it's more Overwatch for me. Minecraft is huge, and I do like to play Pokemon games. So Unite and running through Brilliant Diamond at the moment has been fun.
Right on. What starter did you pick for Brilliant Diamond?
I picked Piplup because the friend
There you go.
The friend I'm playing with chose Chimchar.
Yep, that's the right choice in my opinion. Water Steel is just too good. Steaks, what about you, man? How's your channel doing? What do you like to play?
I do play a lot of FPS games, but I'm much more on the variety side of things. I'm always changing it up, whether it's trying out new giveaway games on Epic or Xbox Game Pass, mystery games, horror games. I'll do first-person shooters. I'll do retro games. Pretty much I'll play anything on my stream besides Minecraft and Pokemon games, which I know these two love when I say that. Never been a fan of Pokemon games, and I've already sort of worn myself out on Pokemon if you're looking for a reason. But other than that, I pretty much play anything that I think looks fun, and I think that helps keep my enjoyment of the actual playing of the game at its peak, which I think is most important.
Heck yeah, dude. So, when were you all approached for ASAN, and do you guys know what you're going to do for the event? Breggz, we'll start with you.
I was approached shortly after the last event. Currently, I do not have anything set in stone to play, but there are a bunch of new games that I'm very excited coming out.
Yeah.
So it'll hopefully be something that that I'm gonna be introducing myself to, and everyone else can be introduced to it as well.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, no, it was hard for me to narrow down what I wanted to do, so I was like, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to play a bunch of N64 games, and we'll see what happens. So that sounds good to me, dude. What about you, Lightning? When were you approached, and what do you have planned for your event?
I want to say I was approached probably slightly after the last one, if not earlier this year. And I plan on doing some Overwatch customs.
Okay, that sounds fun. Who do you play in Overwatch? Do you play a variety, or who's your main in that game?
I play a variety, but my main is Moira.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
How dare you?
Well, Stakes, you're returning from last year. I know that you played Doom Eternal last year. Are you going to be looking into doing that again, or are we going to see something different for this year?
Well, I've got it narrowed down to 3 options right now. I know what I wanted to do was still something along that same challenge variety, something to keep the hype and excitement, whether it be going in for another Doom Eternal Ultra Nightmare run or something along that line. So I've narrowed it down to 3 options, which is Doom Eternal again, which I've got a couple of people asking for, doing a one sit, one run Minecraft hardcore speed run, which got to start practicing on that game, and everyone knows how much I don't like it, or going back and finishing sort of a fan favorite game, which is the Resident Evil remake, which I started when I streamed, but I didn't finish it.
That's a fantastic one. Well, so this next one is for all of us, I guess. Why did you say yes? Church, I know that you said you wanted the floor for this question as well, so we'll start with you.
I think it's important for me to give ASAN my support and support to others with autism. It helps give them a voice. I brought up in the last podcast that my son dealt with some things in school, and I really felt like he didn't have a voice. So he is now homeschooled, and I feel like once he hits 18, you're going to need people like ASAN to give him a voice, to be an everyday citizen in the United States. So I think it's important that we support these guys. We continue to show our gratitude for them and everything that they're trying to do for autism.
Breggz, what about you? Why did you say yes?
Some of those same points, and also, me and Church have gone pretty close over the past 8 months to a year. So I know how much it means to him, and the fact that he reached out to me wanting me to be a part of it just made me seem like it was something really important to him. And if it's important to him, then it's important to everybody, right?
Right. Lightning, what about you, man?
Getting closer to Churchy, and I also have a best friend from high school whose brother is autistic, and we love him. Connect to him through sports, and it's always a great time.
That's awesome. How long have you known him? Since high school?
I've known him since a little before high school.
Wow, so a long time, huh?
Yeah.
And Steaks, what about you, man? Why did you say yes? And when you said yes, did you realize that you were going to be doing this a second time and potentially maybe
Forever.
further down the line? Yeah.
I mean, a number of reasons why I said yes. Obviously, me and 5Church go way back. I've known him for a long time, since our Facebook days. And when you have a really good friend like that ask you for something that could mean, this much of an impact to him, I mean, you got no choice. You got to say yes. But another reason that kind of I have my own personal connection to it is my mother taught, when she was a teacher before she retired, she taught PPCD, which is basically
Wow.
early childhood special education. And
Yeah.
that was my entire life. I went to the same school that she taught at. So she was an elementary school that also did kindergarten. So pretty much my entire childhood was being around all of her students as they were staying either earlier or late after class to help out with whatever she needed. And then from there on, I have a lot of people that are still in contact that we share Christmas cards every year with each other. So it's something more than just, trying to do something good in the world, but the fact that, having that sort of extra personal connection on your upbringing just all the more important.
Right on. All really good reasons. I am kind of in the same boat. I know I have family members and friends who are on the spectrum, so it meant a lot to me to even be asked. So I guess we'll get to our next question, which is any fun goals you might be able to share with us? I know, Church, you shared some of your goals, but could you refresh us on what it was that you are planning on doing?
Yeah, so I will be doing the Halo 2 speedrun for my first run, and then there's a few surprises I'm going to wait for my stream to do. But then the last one will be just getting all of us from ASAN together and doing some group games, kind of reminiscing about how the event was, and trying to get as many of us involved. Just play games, have a good time, and hang out.
Heck yeah. Breggz, what about you? Do you have a fun donation goal or anything that you might be able to share with us? Like if chat reaches a certain amount in your segment, like you'll shave your head or anything fun like that?
Yeah, I won't share any goal points, like number-wise, but just one of them is going to be a 40-yard Jake Moody field goal.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. And one more I will share will be the Pocky Hot Chip.
Oh, heck yeah. That's what we like to hear. I'm looking forward to that one, dude. I want to do the one chip challenge so bad. Lightning, what about you, man? Any fun donation goals that chat can be looking forward to?
This is actually pretty funny, but this has honestly been of recent since I've added some channel goals, but I'm thinking about voice acting in a scene that chat picks, so I'll voice over.
Okay. That
Lightning,
sounds fun.
can you give us a little bit of an example for everybody?
can.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Come on, we
Do
want
the stitch, please.
Just a sneak peek.
Just a sneak
Just-
peek.
just
Show
give us a
everybody
little
how
taste.
fucking Lightning, hey, everybody in chat, Lightning is amazing at voice impressions. Hear his stitch. Do it, please. Just do it.
Okay, so I'll do Stitch.
All right.
But yes, the goal is for me to voice act over something that chat picks. So I have no idea what it'd be, but Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind.
Brilliant.
Bro,
Absolutely
I mean,
brilliant.
come on, dude. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, we're gonna for sure be looking forward to that one. I'm gonna make sure that happens. I want to hear more. Oh man, I enjoyed that. I love Lilo and Stitch.
Thank you, Lightning. Thank you for doing that.
For
I
sure.
appreciate that. Seriously.
Steaks. What do you have any fun goals for yourself, similar to last year, or something new?
A little bit of column A, column B. So I've got goals in mind for both overall goals for the whole event, as well as individual goals for what's achieved during my segment. As a lot of other streamers that are part of this event can relate to very well, my viewers love to see me suffering. So
Yep.
I like to do whatever can either causes me to pop blood vessels or be in some sort of physical pain. Last year we did the one chip challenge. We also did the Toe of Satan. We also did a couple of the horror game streams. Whatever causes me the most amount of distress and anxiety is always a good fun time and a good financial incentive. On top of that, I kind of put this together. I wouldn't say last minute, but I'd say it's very recent. With Church having the very obtainable goal of 15,000 for the whole event, raised for the event. If we are able to hit 15,000, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
An ASAN themed tattoo. And if it adds any more hype around it, I don't have any tattoos currently, so it would be my first ever tattoo.
Your first ever tattoo is going to be the ASAN logo.
So
I'm going to let you know right now it's going to happen. We're going to make that happen, chat.
But it's less of a punishment and more of like if you ever needed a reason to tattoo something on yourself, like what better reason than, hey, this is an event that I took part of that we raised $15,000 for that potentially changed people's lives. So
Absolutely.
Some people might be thinking like, oh, how embarrassing getting a tattoo. It's like, no, I'm going to be proud of that.
Yeah, dude. Do you have a spot picked out yet or no? Or are you going to let chat decide?
Unfortunately, not on my face. I would probably want to go somewhere funny like on my ass, but I don't think that's going to be very respectful. So probably somewhere on like the upper arm or thigh. But yeah. I do like your idea of letting chat decide.
Yeah, as long as it's a good spot and it's one where you don't have to be like having it like right across your Adam's apple or something. That'll be cool.
Get it right across my chest.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess this next one, it's going to get a little bit deeper in terms of thought. What are you guys looking to get out of the event? Like being a part of it, like what's something that you're expecting to get in terms of growth as a streamer or connecting with other people? Breggz, we'll start with you.
Honestly, when I said that I would do this, I wasn't really saying yes, thinking of anything that would come for me personally. Like not necessarily looking for like a huge growth in followers or viewers, anything like that. Just exposure for the charity itself. And you know, so anybody that might be a viewer on Twitch that is a person that's on the spectrum and deals with some of the things, knowing that they have, at least for the 50 hours or so that we're going to be doing this, they have a place that they can come and know that we're on their side, you know?
Absolutely. Lightning, what about you, man? What are you looking to get out of being a part of the event?
There was no personal gain or anything that I looked to get out of the event itself, more than build connections with the people that came in and the people that we were doing this with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a getting to get closer as a family with people who you once called strangers.
I love that.
So that was my only thing that I wanted to get out of it.
And Steaks, what about you? Being that this is your second year, you know, like what's different for you? Like how do you think this is going to affect you? Like what are you looking to see from yourself coming back for a second time?
I want to pretty much be able to showcase to a lot of different people that are also streamers themselves or people that are considering doing any sort of charity event that what the success looks like. I feel like a lot of people are afraid of even attempting something like this, and I feel like one of the biggest sort of unspoken benefits is that a lot of people can see how well we did last year and how well I'm going to safely assume we're going to do this year. And hopefully give that sort of, motivation and incentive to just go for it, pull the trigger, go for it. If it's something that you've been considering and you've got that want and drive and will and motivation, that, it's going to happen. Anything you want bad enough is possible. And I want to be able to help showcase that, we need more people in the world doing stuff like this, that this should be commonplace.
Yeah. No, for me, I'm kind of in the same boat with all three of you. It's not about personal gain. It's more about getting to know all of you guys and grow closer as a streaming family, but also to let other people know you can do this. It's not impossible. You can come together and put your effort toward a good cause. It doesn't necessarily have to be this. It can be anything, if you're on the fence about it, just know that people love to come together and do this sort of thing, and if you actually commit to it, it can be done. And to me, that's the thing that I'm looking forward to, is getting to know everybody, building closer connections, and using those going forward for even more stuff. So what's going to be, you think, your guys' biggest concern or challenges during the segments, and how can whether it be Church, myself, or any of the mods, help make sure things are being taken care of for you guys? Breggz, we'll start with you.
I would say, obviously with any kind of event that's this big, or anything that you do really that's going to be something kind of big like this, you always, of course, worry about the trolls, right?
Yeah.
Really just be whoever the mods are, or anybody, just kind of just keeping that eye, not really taking risks with somebody who kind of comes in and says something borderline and being like, oh, well, maybe they just are messing around or whatever, kind of just gotta be really strict with it and kind of nip it in the bud before it turns into something.
Lightning, what about you? What's the biggest challenge that you think that you might have that we could help assist you with in any way?
Other than the trolls, I believe, since I am a small streamer, I think chat being active might be the only challenge I might have. But then again, I'm not worried about dying in the game, because
right,
my competition is Hoser, then
so,
I can read chat all day.
So are you saying you're worried about being overwhelmed, or?
A little bit overwhelmed, but I believe I could handle it.
I know that you can. You're gonna do awesome. And Steaks, what about you, man? Anything that might be challenging, or a concern that you might have?
Honestly, my biggest concern is technical issues. I've never had an issue with dealing with, chatters that are getting overboard line, going too far. I've never had an issue with, keeping myself entertained and talking nonstop. Those I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable on. But when it comes to things like technical issues that are things out of your control, that always freaks me out and gives me an absolute absurd amount of anxiety, because it's like, oh, my internet just decided to die today. That's fun. But on the bright side, we do have a very awesome team of moderators that are going to be there and prepared for anything. So if that does happen on anyone's channel, I think it's going to be quick and easy enough where it's going to be, hey, cool, don't worry, everybody, let's go over to this channel. We got someone who can fill in the time while they get their technical stuff sorted out. So I think that's kind of the biggest issue that we were worried about, is well, if somebody loses their internet, what are we going to do? And luckily we've got a couple of good folks that are ready to hop on at any point and sort of keep streaming, keep the momentum going, so we don't lose out on that hype train.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know, speaking for myself, and at least from what I've heard from most of the moderators, we're going to try to make sure that even if there's a crash for even just a few seconds, we're going to have things ready to go and make sure that we're keeping up with chat. We're making sure everything looks good, sounds good. It's going to be, from what I can tell, one of the most well-coordinated events I've ever seen in terms of a small group of people. Everybody's doing their part, and that's going to be awesome. So, is there any piece of advice that you could give to a viewer who might want to do a charity stream in the future? Breggz, we'll start with you, and then we'll work our way back around.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off of what Stakes was saying earlier, like, if it's something that you want to do and you're passionate about it, you're motivated for it, pull the trigger, do it. The biggest piece of advice I would give is you can't overplan. Like,
That's
take
really
the
good.
time, sit down, and plan it out, and get it the way that you picture it in your head. Plan it out to where it plays out like that. Obviously, there are things that are out of your control, but if you don't sit down and plan it, then it's not going to come out the way that you want.
Absolutely. No, I really like that. You can't overplan. I think that's super solid advice. Lightning, what about you? What advice could you give to anybody who might want to do a charity stream?
So I would say, first off, the fact that you're even considering it means that you should already go ahead and take those steps to planning it out and doing it, because it's nothing but a great thing to want to help somebody else other than yourself. So my piece of advice would be, go for it. Set goals. They don't have to be huge. And have fun with it. Without the fun, nobody else is going to want to join you and your goals. So make it fun, and remember, it's not for you, it's for charity. So
Yep. Stakes, you've done this. This will be your second time doing it. What advice would you give, having done one before and coming back for a second charity event now? Your perspective is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I would say probably the first piece of advice is trying to get your own first start by joining in other charity events, but more specifically charity events around smaller streamers. A lot of bigger streamers that are having charity events have a lot more different type of resources available that the average streamer is not going to have. So if you go after these huge events where you're spending a ton of money commissioning art and hiring people and setting up sound stages and everything to try to run a charity event, it's like, well, that's all costs that either you're going to have burning a hole in your pocket, or you're going to have to just eat away at the money you're raising for charity, which defeats the purpose. Join in those smaller streamer charity events and see how they do it. Learn from what they do. Ours is a great example of one that just worked out so well because we had an amazing team of people, all being led by the amazing Church, who put so much time and effort into planning everything. But learning from others that have done it before and getting great ideas for it. And then at the same time, making sure that you're not, I guess, over obsessing over certain things. I think a lot of people sort of get in their own head and get in their own feels where they keep like pushing themselves away from just going through with it because they're too nervous or they're not feeling ready for it. Like, oh, well, I got to make sure that I've got these 900 things ready to go. And it's like, if you keep holding yourself off by not so much not over planning, but I guess creating more and more roadblocks and hurdles for you to arbitrarily get over, then it's never going to happen. And it's much better for the charity event that does happen that isn't quite as successful as you'd like it to be than the charity event that never happened.
Right on. Church, are you back with us?
I am.
I'm going to ask you the same question. Is there any piece of advice you could give to a viewer who might want to do a charity stream in the future?
Just kind of echoing what everybody said tonight. I think taking your time and making sure that you do the right thing and the right charity and kind of focus everything on that. I think that's important.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is my last question for you all. So chat, you all will be able to ask questions if you want. But this is my last one for you guys. So I'm going to ask everybody, starting with 5Church, what is your social media plan for the coming months to promote the event?
Continuing these podcasts and then just trying to share and like and give as many comments as possible.
Absolutely. Breggz, what about you? What do you have anything fun that you might do social media wise to plan for the event?
I I mean, really just kind of, doing, obviously, promoting it myself, getting it out there and just making sure anything that I see relating to it that I am able to share. That way, everything that everybody puts out there gets out to as many people as possible.
Heck yeah. Lightning, what about you, man? Social media plans? Anything that you might be able to share?
I'll be sharing it all on every social media platform I have: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X as it's called now.
No, call it Twitter.
I'll even be telling work friends and bosses about it. They should tune in. I know they all have Twitch, so I'll be telling everybody.
And Steaks, we'll wrap this last question up with you. What is your social media plan for the coming months leading up to ASAN?
So I took a small hiatus because I was in the middle of starting a new job and moving, and so now that that's all finally been taken care of, I can get back into the swing of things full time.
Heck yeah.
My plan is just pretty much always interacting and engaging with all of the ASAN posts that are, whether it's going to be podcast announcements, whether it's going to be countdown timers, whether it's just going to be your generic anything that uses the hashtag, just keeping the momentum going. We've got a big group already, and once everybody in that group is liking and sharing and commenting, that's only going to make it reach further out from our own individual circle and get that reach and that word out.
All right, so that is everything I had, but I'm going to turn this over to chat now. You all will be able to ask questions, whether it be for me, Church, or Lightning, Steaks, and Breggz. You can ask them an individual question, or you can ask us all a question that we can all answer. I did see one. I believe it was already answered, but I'm going to answer it for you all anyway. Sarah said, is the event going to be on everyone's individual channel, or is there one main channel to tune into? We will all be on our own individual channels. We will be raiding into each other. So if you look at all the links from the !! streamers, that is everybody involved in the event, and if you go ahead and follow them, you'll be good to go. Anything else from you all in chat?
Yeah,
the floor is yours.
Special announcement.
Yeah, Church, what do you got for us?
No, nobody in ASAN, nobody knows this. We're doing it. So just before Recalls goes live, I'm going to go live an hour beforehand, talk about ASAN, talk about how we can donate stuff, explain all the rewards to you guys, and then we're going to build the hype in my channel to raid out 2 Recalls to get the party started.
That sounds awesome, dude.
Huge.
Exciting.
So, you all heard it here first. 5Church is going to go live early before Recalls and get everybody all hyped up. That's going to be awesome. That'll give everybody a chance to get situated, come on in, and enjoy the event. That's going to be awesome. It's going to get us started at a really hot tempo. I really like that. Anybody in chat have any questions for these guys? We will take any and all questions.
Even if it's a personal question.
Yeah,
how's
sure.
our days? Because my day's going great.
My day's been pretty good. What about you guys? How's your day's been?
Been a day.
I had to relax.
Yeah.
It's been great.
I didn't have to work today, so that was nice.
Same.
A day you don't have to work is always a great day.
Yeah. Those are the best.
Chad is missing out on the golden opportunity to ask us all how tall we are.
I know, right?
You guys free reign. You could ask anything. Our height, our social security.
Breggz is about 5'2".
How many total hours?
Hey, I'm not older.
Zambi has a question. How many total hours is the stream again? I want to hear the impressive number. Church, why don't you go ahead and answer this one for us?
53.
53.
Well, technically, with the special announcement, it would be 54.
54.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's insane. 53. Are any of the newer streamers nervous for their segments? I will tell you this straight up. I am nervous almost every time I hit the go live button, so I probably will be nervous when it's time for me to stream. Just because I know that I'm going to be asking a lot of the mods for what I have planned. And there will be timers. I'll have a second spin wheel. I have some tech stuff, so it's like, okay, I'm worried that it might not work all out the way that I want to. So I'm definitely going to be continuing to follow up and make sure that that'll all be good. I can't speak for these guys, but I know that I'm always nervous.
Yeah. I agree. I'm always nervous before I hit the go live button. So the nerves would be there, but once it's started, those nerves just go away.
Yeah, I feel the same way. After I get started, I'm good, but it's like always just like, okay, I don't know what to expect when I hit the go live button. Like, what mood am I going to be in? What mood is chat going to be in? Are they going to like the game? You know, like, it's always a mindset thing, and you know, the more that I do it, the less nervous I get. But I remember especially the first couple years when I was only on PS4, I was a nervous wreck every time I would go live because something would always go wrong with the built-in Twitch system on there. So, like, I just have learned to roll with whatever happens, and that's helped a lot. I have a question from Turn. Okay. Jittery, do you love me? Yes, I love you.
No.
But here's the real question. What's the hardest thing with organizing the event? What does the behind the scenes look like? Well, that's more of a question I think for Church, but I can answer it for myself. The hardest thing with organizing the event is making sure that schedules line up for things like this, the podcast. You know, like the thing that makes it awesome is that pretty much everybody, once I said, hey, I want to do this again, everybody was in, and it was just a matter of planning and getting everybody ready to go. You know, like, we're already planning session 3 and session 4, at least on my end. But Church, I think that's one for you.
It's just a lot of conversations, right? And trying to find the right people at the right time. Not necessarily like pushing anything too hard, right? So you talk about the charity and you want to go in there and you want to like get to meet people. And we have, like I said, we have 26 amazing individuals right now, whether it be the 14 streamers or the rest on mods. It's just finding the right people and doing it slowly, learning your team, asking a bunch of questions, and kind of going from like what you think you could do something from. So like I usually go into meetings with like a perspective of what I want to do, but at the end of that meeting, because there's so many people in it and so many different walks of life, they come up with something that might be something totally outside of what I thought of. And I think it's really important to just listen to people and try to find a great group of people to do this together. I think it would be amazing. So,
yeah. To all the new folks, how is it meeting and working with all these new people for the event? It's a fantastic crew this year. I can answer this one for myself. It's been great. I already knew a good amount of the people involved in ASAN last year. So then when I was asked to be a part of it and they added even more people that I knew, it really boosted my confidence for being a part of the event, because I was like, I don't know what I can truly offer that they don't already have. You know? So for me, it was like, okay, a lot of these people I consider my friends, and the ones that I don't know, I already get along with super well. So I've gotten to get to know people a little bit better, which has been awesome. I mean, like, I like everybody, you know, like, it's been awesome getting to meet everybody, and I'm getting to know them better. And it's just building relationships with them, like I said earlier. What about you guys? Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, it's cool getting to. It's always cool meeting new people, and kind of like what Church was saying about different walks of life. You know, everybody always has something new that they can bring to the table or even introduce you to. So it's cool kind of getting that outside piece of like, okay, this is another way I can go about this, or just, okay, this is something that's going to be not something that maybe I can provide for it, but this is something that somebody else can provide for this specific event or for anything. And it's really cool to be able to see the different perspectives from everybody.
Lightning, Steaks, anything you want to add?
So for me, I'm usually quiet and reserved. So my whole point to streaming was to break out of that shell. So meeting new people was always going to be a part of that, and that's what I really wanted, to meet new people. So the new people I have met and still are meeting is great. It's been a boost in confidence, and it's made life happier.
Stakes?
I mean, I just do streaming for fun, and seeing that I can also use that as a means to help people and help out friends with their goals and dreams. I mean, I think that's just all for the better. So, not really much more of a unique perspective than what's already been said, but I'm just going to go with the solid I agree.
Okay. Kay has a few questions, one for each of us, so I'll answer mine and then we'll just go down the line. What's your favorite aspect of the event? My favorite aspect of the event is that we are coming together to raise money for a cause that I genuinely believe in. The bonus point is that it's with people I trust and I've been able to build a sense of community with. That has meant the world to me. The fact that I got to even be involved last year in the smallest way, and then I was asked, hey, do you want to do that to help promote the entire event? And I was like, absolutely, let's do that. So I guess for me, it's just, the value that the event sees in me and what I see in the event. Breggz, will this be a more toned down stream or the same vibes?
Well, in terms of vibes, we're gonna keep the same vibes. You know, high vibes, good vibes, high intensity. You know, all that kind of stuff. The things that we normally partake in will be toned down. But we're still gonna keep up the energy and have a good time.
Okay. Stakes, can you describe the vibe of your stream in 5 words or less?
Ooh, 5 words or less. Give me a challenge here. I would go with anxiety, excitement, confusion, chaos, and humor, because I'm so funny.
There you go. Lightning, will Elmo will Elmo be making an appearance?
Elmo making an appearance is not up to me. That is chat that requests Elmo to make an appearance.
Okay, I need you to elaborate on Elmo making an appearance.
Alright, so a channel redemption point is me saying something in an Elmo voice that chat wants me to say.
I will make sure.
But
that
we
happens.
will have donation goals for Lightning to do that, just like he did Stitch earlier. Right,
Yeah.
Lightning?
Yeah. So a voice, me voice acting will be a thing.
All
It's
right,
definitely a
dude.
thing.
And Church, there's a question for you as well. Can you tell us what your favorite part is about streaming?
Like in general? Just the community and enjoying every day I have on this earth and getting to know new people and having conversations with them. I love streaming. I think it's a gateway to meet people that you probably wouldn't meet on the street or somebody you would see in a bar or a grocery store, and get to know their lives a little bit. So streaming to me it's kind of an escape from the actual world we live in.
Yeah. Dude, I'm the same way. You know, a lot of my friends live all over the country just because of how I moved around a lot as a kid. And when I came to Missouri, I lost a lot of those connections. And that's when I started doing stuff on YouTube years ago. And then I was like, you know, Twitch is a thing and I can do that. And that was why I started, was just so that I could talk to my friends in real time while I played games. And it's kind of grown. And I'm the same way. That's my favorite part about it. Chat, do you have anything else for us? Any more questions? We have time for a few more, maybe 2 or 3 more. So go ahead and get those questions in, and we'll go ahead and start wrapping this thing up.
Ask about everyone's height.
I'm like 7'8" on a good day.
He lied lyingly.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
These
You asked.
podcasts have me so hyped. Is it October yet? No, it's unfortunately only the 4th of September. I wish it was October. That would be nice. Get me
if it was
closer
October,
to ASAN.
October is also my birthday month.
Yeah, there you
Believe
go.
me, chat. Believe me, chat. I'll wake you up when September ends. Hashtag dad joke.
But yeah,
Hardy har har.
Oh Lord.
oh man, no. So, how are all your avatars? How tall are your avatars? That's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna open this one up in my computer and actually see the pixel size, and I'll be able to tell you. Let me see.
I love it. That's a
Talking about
random
pixel
question,
size?
but yeah.
Are we talking about like IRL lore length?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Properties. Let's see here. We are.
Well, my lore length is a 1-inch thick by 7.5-inch T-bone. If you're
Ooh.
curious,
There you go. T-bone, huh?
that's how I get that beautiful centerpiece.
We
It
are
creates the face.
250 pixels by 250 pixels. So whatever that translates to centimeters, that's how tall I am.
Quick, somebody do metric.
86 kilometers.
86
close enough.
kilometers.
Okay.
I don't know.
respect
I don't know. I just made up a number.
Solid
I
guess. A
used,
for
I
effort.
used the metric system.
C for confidence.
Well, guys, I think this is probably as good a place as any to go ahead and wind down. We had some good questions from chat. Any final words from all of you before we wrap things up?
Yes, please go to all the social media things. Hit like, put a comment in there, come around the stream. Even if you can't donate, that's going to go huge for all of us, and that's for all the communities that are here today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you being here and listening to the podcast number 2. We've almost been live for an hour, which is longer than our first one, and I felt like we really discussed a lot of important topics today. Bottom line, we're here for ASAN. We're trying to raise as much money as possible, and I love each and every single individual that's involved in this. We have an amazing team of 26. We have 3 of them sitting with me on the chair tonight talking about their own selves and what they're going to do for the charity. I appreciate you all sitting there listening to us, and I am really excited about what we're going to do for ASAN 2023. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. That concludes ASAN 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and hang up. Thank you all, chat, for being here. That is going to be it for tonight. There won't be anything else after the stream.